All statements by the crew are opinion. Listeners' discretion is advised. There will be no ship bashing. Ye has been warned.
There's a baby on the Falcon.
Yeet it off the Falcon. Welcome to Canon Misfire. I'm your Captain Sam.
First mate Elisa. And this is going to be a new bonus episode that we call Parlay, where we both have opposite ships and we kind of go back and forth in a respectful manner. But, you know, two different ships, it's going to get a little silly. So just be prepared.
This is a light shipping episode, so if you do have problems with either or of these ships, and if you don't want to be spoiled by the new Star Wars movies, Awaken and The Last Jedi, then I would listen to something else. Or you can check out our previous episode about Star Wars, but again, if you haven't seen Star Wars, I don't know why you...
just get off right now.
Yeah, it's something else. We might have Star Trek soon. That might be more your speed, bruh.
Or fantasy, you know?
So we're going to pick one. Usually these episodes go where we're going to pick one character and then we're going to do the ships that align with that character for us.
Mm-hmm.
And today we're doing Rey.
Yeah. So I ship Reylo and people don't like that.
Well, explain what Reylo is.
Reylo is the mix of Rey and Kylo Ren.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I ship Finnrey, which is... There is no cute little name for that. But
it's Finnrey.
It's Finnrey. It's Finn, and it's Rey. Neither of them have last names. I just realized.
Yeah, that's funny.
That is interesting. Okay, so we'll...
But is he Kylo Ren solo? Because that's a hilarious...
Oh, no.
Anyway.
I think he is.
Kylo Ren solo? Okay.
Well.
Okay. So where do we even begin? I don't know how to do this in how do we start?
I guess we'll begin with, we'll give very brief if it works for us, and then we'll encounter, and, let's see how it goes.
Okay.
I think Finnrey is the more respectable ship for Rey herself.
Yeah, I like Reylo because, you'll probably notice it a lot. I like darkness in ships. I like that interesting, mix between, good and evil and, what is right and wrong. And I like it more, as, a subject. Maybe it might not be great right now for Rey, but I do like the idea of redemption or, complete transformation on Rey's part either way.
Okay, so here's why I don't ship your ship.
Yeah, okay.
I feel like Rey as a character is doing a normal progression through becoming the hero because she's the main character. So she's already changing in a way for her to become more strong with the Force and becoming a Jedi and learning her place in the war. That for a complete transformation to either the dark side or helping another character transform into the light side would just be too convoluted.
Okay.
For a story. So just story thematically, I don't feel like it works.
Okay.
I'm just going to keep it that short.
No, that's good. And I guess to counteract that is, I feel like as far as, some things go, I don't want it to get too bogged down in how the original Star Wars went. I would like a different kind of take on it. I would see it as, a more interesting, because we all know how those tropes all work. So going a little bit further would be more interesting, I guess, in my mind.
Okay.
But I also think, too, why I really like it is because, I feel like from the beginning there's always been, a weird tension with the two of them. Something just, a very strong connection, whether it be, hatred, which I think also is, works. But, just a natural, now you are my enemy, and, this is, now a connection.
Okay. I feel like that Finnrey is the potential and product of friendship.
Mm-hmm.
So because they were such good friends in the first movie, it almost feels natural for them to possibly become more in the final act of the series. I can understand the situation with Rose being thrown in, that it's almost now becoming trope-ish, because there's now there's let's say the ex-girlfriend and the current girlfriend about to battle it out for this guy type of situation. So I understand where you're coming from and why you wouldn't see that. But I think if they can smooth it out quite nicely. They can either make her more strong with hints and tones of being into Finn and not quite a full we've become partners situation, but like a whole now we're friends and a little bit more on the side, and we'll touch on that in a later point that's not important to the movies possibly. So that kind of respect that I like. Yeah.
See, that's the funny thing though, is like I don't like not like ship Finnrey. Like I'm very weird when it comes like the Star Wars one. It's like I ship like all the ships, but like I like Reylo the best because I feel like that one has the most unseen sort of like dynamic that we've seen with like a popular media. Like I know like enemies to lovers stuff is a very fandom thing, but it doesn't happen often in like as a canon ship, and I think it would be interesting to see that like if it did become canon.
Do you think people outside of fandom would be able to accept it?
I think that's why there's so much controversy right now and not everybody throwing like abuse around, because it is just such a different sort of idea.
Yeah, I can understand that completely. So, yeah, I feel like because my ship is so... Here's the thing. I feel like Finnrey gets kind of pushed under because it's so normal. And I feel like that's a product of people not giving it a chance. I feel like they see cis male, cis woman gonna get together in the end because that's how they always do. But I think if they paid enough attention, they'd realize that the both of them, they feel ready and more whole hero-wise. Just in the hero aspect. Rey has always had this desire to go out there and be something more than what she was, which was a scavenger. That dynamic kind of helps Finn work for more than just survival. Because as soon as he left the military, it was all about, I gotta live. Because I could die. I was gonna die in the military, that's why I left. So why would I come out here and try to die again? He just wants to be alone. And Rey being like, there's more to all of this out there in the whole galaxy. There's more going on than just this little piece of dirt and rock that I live on. That kind of helps Finn realize there's more to live for than just living itself. And to me, that makes it a lot more interesting character-wise. It helps him grow. And maybe people don't see that as Rey being the reason for that, but I think that's the only logical point, because through that whole first movie, he was just trying to run. And then as soon as he sees her actually fighting for something, that makes him want to fight for her almost. But not just her, but like what she also believes in.
Yeah, that makes sense. When did you first see the potential with Finn and Rey?
It was after this scene where... So, I didn't actually start shipping it till the end of the movie. So, in that one battle between the three of them and, like, Kylo, Rey, and Finn was trying... Like, they were almost setting it up like Finn was going to be the dude who can use the lightsaber. That's, like, how all the, like, marketing went. But then we find out that Rey's actually the one who is the most ready to use, is the force sensitive one and all this stuff. So when that battle happened and he knew that he wasn't as strong as her. He already knew this, but he was still willing to try his all so that both of them can make it out alive. It was him using the part of him you would see as a downfall to the advantage for the both of them. So he did everything he could so that they both would work, and he got hurt really badly because of it. That's when I started realizing this guy obviously cares about more than just survival now. It's the two of them. And it's going to be the two of them against the galaxy now. And that's when I started shipping it.
Okay.
So it was that exact moment when he got hurt. As fucked up as that is.
You know, I mean, you're talking to me. So, like, the first time, like, I saw potential with it was, like, of course you don't really see, like, their face. Like, you don't see Kylo Ren's face at the beginning. He's, like, this Darth Vader type, like, super, like, invulnerable, just kind of, like, the scary dude. You know it's the antagonist.
Like
There's
a monster.
Yeah, you just see a monster. So what really got me to, like, start shipping Reylo was, like, the interrogation scene. Like, you finally, like, you see them met their match. He takes her into the ship. And then, like, he takes off the mask, and he's taking off, like, he's becoming vulnerable with her. And that's something you don't usually see from, like, villains. Like, he's getting, like, on her level. He's not trying to, like, I mean, he's kind of, like, intimidating her, but he's also, like, showing her that he's not a monster under a mask. And what I really like with that, too, with, like, Rey is, like, she's also, like, she's just gotten into this, like, crazy world that she's never, like, really been prepared for or anything. And, like, he's, like, and now she's, like, noticing the strength within her. And it's, like, she can fight him back. I think that's really interesting as, like, a villain standpoint, but I also think, like, as a person, she knows that she can get on this guy's level.
So do you feel like you're, like, maybe over... What's the way of putting this? Do you think maybe you're, like, flavoring the text a bit? Like, adding some, like, of your own viewpoint into something that doesn't exist as a question? As my question?
I mean, I
You're spicing it up?
Maybe. But, I mean, this is what I see.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know how to, like... do that, but, you know, we all have, like, different perspectives on how we see things. Like, I can totally see, like, yours with, like, Finn, too. But, like, where I see it is I see a friendship.
Okay,
you know?
yeah.
So we kind of have, like, these different, like, takes on it because of, like, I guess our...
Because when I saw that scene, I just saw him trying his best to intimidate and he failing at it because he wasn't good at it. Because he's obviously not a good Dark Lord.
Yeah. No, and I like that, too, because, like, I think that he also, like, from his end, like, she's trying to get strong and everything, he's noticing that he's, like, weak.
Yeah. When he got stabbed and he was just, like, punching his wound, I was like, this guy has got issues.
Oh, yeah. No, I think that, like, he, like, at first, like, he totally thought that he could, and, like, that also from that point of view, like, he notices, like, she can clearly overpower him.
Yeah, he almost felt like a wounded animal in that situation, which I appreciate. And I also think that made him sloppy in that fight. But then... in the second movie, when they're fighting together, like, how did that help your ship? Did it, like, spark anything? Because I felt that the only thing my ship had in the second movie was little nods and mentions that it existed at some point. But there was actually
nothing there.
Yeah, but I could see where yours got, like... Yours was, like, fired up.
Oh, my God. Yeah, no, like, if anything, just, like, so much, like, from the rain scene to, like, all of it, like, the connection and everything, like, that was just, like, tenfold. It felt like everything that, like, everybody just kept on telling you, like, no, that they didn't have any chemistry, they might be siblings, all of the crap, like, I felt so validated in those moments, like, no, I was right, I saw something there.
Okay, yeah.
And, like, even with the fighting together, like, I could even see, like, even if it doesn't end in romance, like, just even, like, a friendship or something, or just, like, an acknowledgement that, like, with their fighting, like, that was good enough, like, also for me.
Okay, yeah. So do you want him to be redeemed in any way?
In honesty, like, I could like him being redeemed. I could like him not being redeemed. I could like him, like, being killed by Rey.
Ooh.
See, this is the thing. It's like, I love tragedy.
Yeah.
I love, like, a lot of that pain. So, like, whatever happens to him, I'm down for.
I don't love the pain. That's why I shipped the Finnrey. I wanted to be happy in one way or another in the end for the both of them because I really liked those characters.
Yeah, no, I totally get that too, but I also think, like, even, like, if he does die and everything and then, like, Rey does have something more wholesome with Finn, I could get down with that too.
Okay, that sounds good.
Do
you have any questions?
Yeah, so, let's see. As far as, like, ships go, like, do you think that you ship it, like, because, like, it is, like, a natural, like, hero, like, ship, like, a pretty, like, kind of boring ship?
Yeah, I think that might be part of it. I feel like it's not, like, they're not, like, the typical version of a boring, like, they're not two white people, like, in a movie who are about to be, like, together forever and be romantic. They're not that sort of status. They're more, like, obviously, they're not both white. So Rey's white, but Finn's not. And I feel like the black man with a white woman thing is already so taboo. Maybe not so much as it used to be, but it's still, like, a sore spot for a lot of people. I feel like that's a reason why it's not regarded as a better ship, because a lot of people just don't see that in natural media and even in their life, so it feels off to them. And I think it's either, like, deep down racism, like, deep down, or maybe it's a product of, these are just two cis people who like each other, and there's no point for it to happen. Like, I'm done seeing that. I want her to be independent and all this stuff. But I feel like the difference between independence and relationships is that she can have a friendship, an intimate relationship with this man and still not be, like, married or anything like that. It doesn't have to lead to that final conclusion. Like, even between Leia and Han. I don't think either of them got married. I mean, there's books and other stuff, but within this canon for these movies, I think they just had a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think they just ended up reproducing at some point, and then they went their separate ways because that relationship didn't have, like, enough things to keep it together, essentially.
Yeah.
Even though a lot of people like that ship, I don't think it's the best ship, so maybe that's just the way I see it. I see them as being, like, a better version of what that could have been.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's one thing.
Yeah. What kind of conclusion could you see this happening in, like, a natural way?
Yeah, like I said before, I would like them to possibly just be intimate, but not, per se, like, solid about their relationship. But now with, like, Rose, I almost want them to, like, declare their love for each other just so that that's not a thing. The Finn-Rose situation doesn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm almost ready for that not to work out.
Yeah.
Because if Finn-Rose happens, I almost see it like, here's another race thing, but it's like the black guy always gets the Asian girl. It's like a trope within itself in American media, and I'm tired of seeing it. Rose is she would have been so better if she wasn't paired off in the first movie she showed up in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she should have just been around. And she shouldn't be with anyone else either. Like, no Poe, no one else. Just be, like, part of the team, not just, like, a transplant.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like they were like, well, we gotta make her part of the team. Let's have her fall in love with one of the teammates. No, just, like, have her be good and good at what she does, and then we wouldn't have this issue.
Yeah.
So, but that's, like, an issue with Rose more than, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess we should wrap it up to, like, neither of us are gonna end up not shipping what we ship. And we already both respect each other's ship in whatever way. So I think we should wrap it up with, do you think you're going to keep shipping it when we follow back with the final movie?
Oh, yeah. I was in this from, like, the get-go, from the very beginning. So I've seen all of the arguments, all of everything. So, I mean, at this point, I can't give it up.
And I'm definitely going to keep shipping, only because I don't ship any other ship hardcore in Star Wars, and I never have. So it's going to be the first ship that I actually put some, like, meat into, so I'm going to see it to the end.
Mm-hmm.
But we can both agree on Kylux.
Yes! That's hot!
There you go. Thanks for listening to Parlay. If you feel Parlay doesn't work, let us know. If you feel like you want to do more Parlay, we got some other ships that clash.
If you want to do a parlay with us, like, we're all respectful stuff here.
Yeah, like, definitely comment, have your own parlay, follow us, share, throw some popcorn in there.
Get the baby off the deck.
Get those babies off the deck. And have a good day.